Alright, so we're gonna talk about a real life case study. A company wanted to implement a robotic process automation, AI, to solve a problem they were having, right? And only to realize, spoiler alert, that they didn't need it. Let's dive in. So the problem was that there was a repetitive data entry task that was being done in the company, specifically in procurement, where they were getting vendor invoices, and the vendor invoices had to be entered onto a ERP system. So like a SAP or Oracle, one of those systems that the company uses, right, to do their invoicing and accounts and everything. So what they had was one data entry clerk, and that data entry clerk was approximately was doing this data entry 160 hours per month, right? So like a 20 work day month, 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday. And then and the salary was about $6,000 for this person for the month, right? So what the company decided to do was reach out to an AI agency for them to now charge the company and automate this process, right? Then, lo and behold, in order for them to automate this process and integrate the AI, they decided, all right, let's take a look at what this process actually entails. So they mapped the process from end to end, and then they batched the invoices that were coming in from the vendors. So they looked at it, they said, wait now, all right, so we get, I don't know, 50% of our invoices from vendor X, and they get 50% of the invoices from vendor Y. So then they were like, all right, so it's mainly these two vendors, with some outliers, of course, that we use to that this person takes their invoices, I don't know, however much, hundreds or thousands of invoices per month, and enters the data line by line, right, into the ERP system. So the first thing they did was reach out to the vendor and say, listen, is it possible to send these invoices to us via PDF and via email? The vendor was like, yeah, we would actually prefer that. We only print the invoices because you all requested it like that all the time. So this organization reached out to the vendors. They got the vendors to send their invoices to them in PDF, right? And then they used Power Query, right, to extract the information from the PDF and populate an Excel sheet. So essentially what would happen, they would get the emails, they would save the PDFs, they would put them into a folder, they would create the Power Query to feed off of that folder, right, and populate a spreadsheet for them. Then from that, they realized that they could upload the Excel onto the ERP system. So they was like, instead of manually typing in all the information line by line by line, they just hit import, they upload the template onto Excel, and it populates it in the ERP, thereby saving it in the ERP with all the different categories. So the date, the details, the cost, the GL account or assignment, whatever the case is, went directly into the ERP from the Excel. So you notice what happened there. So the ERP was taking the information from the Excel was taking the information from the folder where all the invoices were being placed in PDF. Free. All of this was free. It's just a bill, right? It was just a bill. So they saved 160 hours per month. They saved $6,000 per month, or $72,000 per year, right? This is a real case study I'm talking about. And no AI was required. None. Right? So the money that they were going to spend on the AI, which I don't know how much it wasn't revealed in the case study. Yeah, they end up saving it. Now, I know you're thinking the data entry clerk probably lost their work, but no, it wasn't like that. It was the data entry clerk now elevated themselves to the role of something like a supervisor, basically going over the information that is entered, looking at things at a higher level, right? And freed up their time to do more important, meaningful work instead of just punching in data, right? So this is a very, very realistic scenario that goes to show what we've been speaking about on this channel, which is to first look at your process, see where you could digitize, right? See first of all where you could take out from the process. See where you could digitize, like reaching out to the vendor saying, hey, can you provide this in a PDF copy for me? Digitization. See where you could automate. It doesn't have to be AI. It could be a simple thing like Power Query, which is a part of Excel, which is free with Excel. It's free. You just go, maybe just learn how to use it, follow a couple of YouTube videos. I even have some videos on this channel with it. So it's very easy to use, very easy to set up, and it's again free. So you see where you could automate as well, and that's it. So you would be surprised as to where in your system or where in your processes or where in your business you can actually save some money and not have to only rush to get AI, right? Nothing is wrong with AI. AI is very good as a tool. It could have gone another way where they upload the PDFs into a folder, they use AI to do OCR, optical recognition, in the invoices to pull out the relevant data based on what they train the AI on and then populate it. But that would have been a cost as well, right? So if you're a small business, I think they were a small business in the Caribbean in this case study, and yeah, you could do it that way as well. So I hope this helps someone, and yeah.